Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final thoughts for Game Week 31. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Leave a comment, what are you doing with your team for Game Week 31, transfers you're making, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're brand new. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, this is how my team is currently shaping up for Game Week 31. I do have 2 free transfers, so in quite a nice position there, because I do have the likes of Jimenez that I definitely need to get rid of. But I'm thinking of just only using 1 transfer this week, and I'll get onto that later. But yeah, this is how my team currently is looking. So we've got Sarr at home to Villa, and then we've got Trent, Robertson at home to Watford. Of course, the big news this week, Trent potentially being injured. I'm recording this before the press conferences for Klopp and stuff, so I don't know if he's out or in. Depending on whether he's definitely out for like a while or something, I'll probably just keep him in case I obviously have to get rid of him. But yeah, Robertson at home to Watford. We've got White away at Crystal Palace, Doherty at home to Newcastle, Rafinha at home to Southampton, Salah captain at home to Watford, Son at home to Newcastle, Saka away at Palace, Jimenez, of course, I will be transferring out, and then Lacazette away at Crystal Palace. And my bench is shaping up to be Foster, Broja, Ramsey, and Digne. So yeah, that is how my team is currently looking. And let's go on to my transfers and talk about the different kind of questions that people want to know about this week. So as you can see, 2 free transfers. I have nothing in the bank, absolutely zilch. So the transfers that I kind of make kind of have to be good. I don't have any other chips left in the bank. No free hit, no wild card, nothing like that. So every transfer is very, 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 I guess, special. They're all like so important. But yeah, one that I think I'm going to be making this week, and a lot of managers are going to be making this week, is just simply Jimenez to Weghorst. Now, let me talk why I'm going to do that. So not only am I going to have 1.1 mil in the bank once I make that transfer, but I mean, Weghorst, like if we just go on to like the fixtures, Weghorst literally has 2 double game weeks in 3 game weeks, which is already, like, just on paper, that's just very, very nice to have. And then between that is a Norwich game as well. Now, Burnley are, of course, fighting this relegation battle, so they do kind of need to get some points on the board. And I think, you know, these 5 fixtures in 3 game weeks is definitely a time to do it. And as well as that, even if Weghorst doesn't even do anything, you know, Jimenez isn't doing anything anyway, and there's not really any other strikers to bring in that I'd honestly rather have. Of course, there are the likes of Kane that I do really need to bring into my team at some point, but I'm probably going to do that later on down the line when I don't really need Son. But yeah, Weghorst for me, I just think I have to kind of bring into my team at this point. And again, I get that extra money in the bank that I can really use on any of my other players. You know, I do want to upgrade my defense as well. I don't have enough for Cancelo if I'm going to get rid of somebody like Digne. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with it as a free transfer. And again, that's why I might just roll it and just use the 1 and have 2 free transfers next week, because I don't want to get rid of anybody for the sake of it. Like Digne potentially doubles in like 34 or 35, one of those. And they also have some nice fixtures as well leading up to the end of the season. So part of me kind of wants to keep Digne just for that, but then I also kind of want to bring in Chelsea players. I want to bring in City players. You know, it is a tough kind of situation to be in, especially when you don't really have the funds. As well as that, the likes of Rafinha that I'm probably going to get rid of at some point. Also Sarr as well, I need to get rid of at some point because of the blank in Game Week 33. I don't know who I'm going to bring in for him. I'd go with somebody like Ramsdale because he's obviously going to be fine by then, most likely. But of course, I already have 3 Arsenal players, so maybe I have to upgrade Lacazette at some point to Kane and then bring him in. But again, that's just going to take so many hits and stuff. So yeah, I'm not really sure to do what to do with that situation there. But of course, a lot of the big questions this week, what to do with Trent, has had a price fall already this week. A lot of people are getting rid of him for the likes of Robertson, Cancelo, Reece James. I personally think the only reason you should get rid of Trent this week is if you still have a wild card. Because if you have a wild card, you can obviously get rid of Trent this week, bring in someone like Cancelo. You know, if Trent is out for Watford, and then he's got City, and then he's got United, and then you can just wild card him back in like Game Week 34 or something, and then you have him, you don't have to worry about him. Of course, there are going to be price changes. You know, you're going to have bought him for, what, 7.5 or whatever he was at the start of the season, and he's gone up to like 8.4, so you'll have to pay a little bit extra money to get him back, but then you don't have to worry about him for the time being, you know. And then, of course, you can just, like I say, bring in somebody like Cancelo, who is probably going to haul this week against Burnley, and then again just bring him back in on a wild card later on down the line. Whereas if you don't have a wild card, is it really worth selling him? Because you're going to have to take a transfer to take him out this week, and then you have to take another transfer to bring him in another week, and then also you're going to have to deal with the price changes as well. Potentially could just be a bench, to be fair. Like, I'm in an alright position because I have Robertson, so that's kind of like my Liverpool defense there anyway. I'm not a huge fan of my back line, to be fair. Like, I need Cancelo in this team, or some sort of City defender. And part of me was even thinking about getting rid of Digne this week and bringing in somebody like Laporte, just simply because he is nailed. We do have the likes of Diaz that's injured, so I'm not worried about like Laporte not starting. I mean, that run of fixtures is just ridiculous, which is why Cancelo is such a sought-after player to bring in right now. But of course, I don't have the funds for him. But the thing is, if I do that move, then that means I'm not going to have Cancelo for the remainder of the season. Is it really worth doing that? I don't really know. I think it's potentially worth just... I mean, part of me could also take a hit somewhere else, and I could use all my transfers and bring in somebody else for Cancelo this week. So let's say I've got minus 0.7, so I have to find 0.7 from somewhere. So, you know, whether that's to downgrade somebody like Broja into a Gelhardt or something like that, I could do. Or maybe even downgrade somebody into a Gordon. But again, I don't really have any players that I really want to do with that. Like, I don't mind getting rid of Ramsey, but, you know, he's 4.8. That's not going to get me enough money to downgrade to Gordon. So it is a tough one, kind of trying to work Cancelo into this team, which is why Laporte's such an easier option. But at the same time, I don't really want to kind of lock myself into Laporte this week and then not be able to bring Cancelo in down the line. So yeah, the only kind of transfer that I'm definitely set on this week is Weghorst. I think he might have a price rise overnight, so I might make that that change tonight instead of tomorrow morning when the deadline is, because I don't want to lose more money. I mean, Jimenez did just have a price drop, so if Weghorst has a price rise, I'm going to be losing like 0.2 mil there, which, you know, isn't great. So yeah, that's a lot of the questions. Everton players, I'd probably stay away from. I don't think it's really worth investing too much into them. There are the likes of... I mean, the only player that I'd probably bring in from Everton is Gordon, just simply because he's 4.5. I think his stats have been really, really good since Lampard came in as well. He's playing 90 every game. Again, super cheap. But yeah, there's not really any other Everton players that I'd really think about bringing in, apart from Gordon, to be fair. I just don't really think it's... I don't really think there's any debate there as well. But yeah, I mean, the players that you definitely want to get rid of are, you know, your Wolves defenders. Again, I'm saying that as a SAR owner. But yeah, Wolves, I mean... They have some okay fixtures over the next like 5, but at the same time they blank in 33. You know, they might double in 36 if like City lose to Liverpool in the cup. But that just means that their double would be like Chelsea and City or something like that. So it wouldn't be a very, very good double at all. So yeah, I think it's time to jump off the the Wolves bandwagon. Villa defenders as well. Again, like I say, Digne potentially doubles in 35, 36, but if you need to get rid of him to bring in somebody like Cancelo, then I don't think it's really a bad choice. I think, you know, Cancelo is a much better option to have in your team than Digne. A little bit more expensive, but it is one of those things. Captaincy choice this week. I mean, Salah is, of course, the go-to captain. I know he has just played like 120 for Egypt. And obviously it's Watford at home. Will Klopp want to rest Salah for the tougher fixtures coming up like Champions League, and of course that City clash as well next week, which is of course a massive game, a 6-pointer there really. Yeah, he probably is going to want to get him fit and ready for there. But, you know, Salah hasn't really played a lot. You know, he did get that rest in the Arsenal game, and I know he played 120 in the Egypt game, but I think he's still going to be fit and ready to play for that Watford game. And again, they don't really... I know that upsets happen, and I don't think that Liverpool are ever going to lose to Watford at home. But, I mean, you never know. So, you know, maybe they go like 3-0 up and then he brings Salah off. You know, job's done. Probably going to be the direction they take. But yeah, I don't think I don't think you have to worry about him not starting. I think he will potentially start. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything to go over for like all of the main questions. But yeah, the transfers that I'm making, definitely Jimenez to Weghorst, and then potentially roll another transfer. Again, I'm recording this before the press conferences, so if we get any updates on Trent and stuff, then obviously I will change my mind about that. But as of right now, yeah, I think I'm just going to have one transfer, and then, I don't know, I don't think Digne to Laporte is really worth it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But that's going to be everything for my final thoughts video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Leave a comment. What are you doing with your team? Subscribe if you're brand new. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Best of luck with Game Week 31, and until next time, peace.